Hey everyone, if you have not been living under a rock for the last couple of days, you've probably heard about all this Apple versus Facebook thing and how it will hugely impact all small businesses and probably will or gonna die or something like that. So that's not the case. In today's video, I want to show you how you can easily bypass this Apple versus Facebook stuff and why it's not actually a thing for you. I mean, most probably because it may happen if you're an app developer, but that's it. And how you can just continue to do your own stuff on Facebook. And secondly, how to kind of go in between these banned pages, banned accounts that's happening right now with the Facebook algorithm. I will roll this intro because it's cool. And then I'll see you inside the video. In my office here, recording this video for you on the 30th of December. So just one day before we party hard, right? It's like an attic here, so it does get hot in the summertime. But anyway, on this page, I will just leave the link in the description somewhere. You can see everything Facebook tells you about this update that will just destroy your business, apparently, and how you can prepare. Well, if you read this, I mean, if you're an advanced marketer, you can read this and just say, okay, that's fine, I'll just skip over it. If not, continue watching, and I'll just break this down for you in real easy, simple steps. So what I say here is that apps will actually require permission to track you through Apple's App Tracking Transparency Framework, which is something developers have to put in their application code. So it's something they will use like a piece of code. They write something, the geeks write something in there. What it means is next time you'll open, let's say, I don't know, like a funny game, probably Farmville. Okay, when you open Farmville next time, they'll ask you, actually, developers of Farmville will ask you, do you want us to track you every move you do in Farmville so we can sell you more stuff later? And you'll probably say no. Okay, up until now this wasn't the case. So Farmville wasn't asking, or any other app wasn't asking for your permission. It was just like tracking and that's it, and basically selling your data to NASA or something. Probably you would reach, end up on Mars or something. But anyway, so thing is, now they have to ask you. But that's apps, okay? And we as marketers didn't rely that much on apps as we relied on Facebook and on people that interacted with us on Facebook. And for example, if you interacted with my page on Facebook, I can still retarget you. And that's the answer here, basically. Before I go on with this, I just wanted to reach the conclusion and tell you that what you have to do is create goodwill in your market, create stuff for free on your Facebook, Instagram, because that's owned by Facebook, okay? So you will be obviously able to track anyone who interacts with you on Facebook, and even your website. I mean, your website will not be an issue. If you're not a developer yet, you just have to read this carefully, read through this app transparency framework, whatever. But chances are, if you're in this channel, you're not an app developer. You're just an entrepreneur, a regular marketer, and you're not going to be affected by this, okay? Cool. Even if you're an app developer, there are things you can't do, so. Cool, but what does Facebook say here? Well, first of all, learn how iOS 14 change can affect your ads. By the way, they stated somewhere that you may lose up to 60% of your profit due to this. Not true at all. What happens is, again, for app developers, they may lose that percentage, but it's kind of like it's just legal battle between them, so they have to stay stuck, Anyway, what you have to do as a marketer, plan to operate with 8 conversion events per event. What does a conversion event mean? It means a purchase, a lead, a page view, which is basically people who view your pages, and add to cart, so add to wish list. So if you think of it, you're not using more than 8 conversions right now per domain. So just think of mydomain.com, okay? Do you use more than 8 conversions? For example, I use probably 4 sometimes, but most of the times I use 2 or 3. I use a page view, obviously. I mean, everyone uses page view. You use a page view, that's for sure, because whenever somebody goes to your website, the pixel fires a page view event. So you use the page view. And then you're using most probably the purchase event because you want people to purchase from you. And in cases you use leads or add to cart. For my website, I use page view, obviously, lead, and then add to cart, and then purchase, sorry. So that's 3 events. I never used more than 3 events. It was super rare occasions when I had to use like 5 or 6, but even then, I could minimize everything to like down to 2 or 3. So no big deal. This is what the big deal is about. It's basically you doing nothing. So whatever. Yep, you can skip this part. This is for app developers mostly. And complete domain verification. This is a super simple thing to do, and I'll show you in a minute here how it's done. It's just the fact that you have to upload some stuff to your website. That's it. And if you're using ClickFunnels or another mostly automatic software, it's just a matter of uploading some small stuff to your website, and that's it. You're done like in 10 minutes or so. And most probably those guys will help you out with it. Okay? Let me show how that's done, or where you can find it, because you can also upload it to your domain host. So for example, if you work with GoDaddy, you have to add DNS record there, but it's like literally clicking 3 buttons, except for the login button, which is like another 2 clicks or so. Cool. So you have to go here inside your business.facebook.com account. You click on your business. You go here to all this business, these dots. Go to business settings, and you scroll down here under brand safety. You'll find domains. Okay, you want to add here your domain, so mydomain.com or whatever it is. You click add domain, and you'll see there is like a not verified, we're all gonna die, red mark on there. Okay, what you have to do is like you have 3 different possible ways of verifying your domain. First one is DNS verification. It's way simpler than it looks. The only thing you have to do is go to your domain registrar and add this txt record. It's like txt, I mean, you choose domain, the DNS type, it's txt. At the host, you put in this sign here or your domain name. And I mean, it depends on the registrar, so it's whatever. But they will say, they will tell you. And the configuration is this one. But most probably, if you go to domain register, just show them a screenshot of this, and they'll be able to help you. Probably they will do it for you, so whatever. The other way around it is to upload a file. Super simple to do. You can do this on ClickFunnels, you can do this everywhere, so no biggie. And again, super simple to copy paste this on your website. I mean, if you didn't develop your website, no biggie, just ask your developer. It should take him like 15 minutes or so. It's literally no biggie. And done. You have prepared for the big change that will kill 50% of Facebook's market share, right? No. You just prepared and you're fine. You'll be like, after this update rolls out, if you've done like this simple domain verification 15-minute thing, you're done. It's all good. Back in business. I mean, you should do it now, so it's not, you don't have delays, because everyone will do just that properly. Cool. So last thing here I want to talk about, I mean, actually it's 2 things. One extra pro tip. If you know what the conversion API is inside Facebook, let me show you, okay? So I'll go here inside the events manager, and now, obviously, come on, Facebook. Let me go here to, I'll go to this one. Oh, red mark, we're gonna die. Probably it's like small stuff. They usually do that. You can click here add events, use the conversion API. What this means is basically the server will send data to the pixel. Again, if you're on a website, it doesn't really matter that much, but you can use it. Your developer can pretty much hook this conversion API to every website you own, and I suggest you do that, but it's not a high priority. It's just like a small trick up on your sleeve you can use, or you can leave it on the table. It will not affect it much, but using conversion API, it's more accurate than using like regular Facebook pixel stuff, but it's not mandatory. I sometimes don't use it as well, so whatever. Cool. Now, back to my last tip on this video. Another big thing that's happening right now in this Facebook world is the fact that you have ad accounts banned, probably you have pages banned, your personal account is banned. They tweaked the algorithm like a couple of, I think it was a month ago already. I talked with a Facebook partner and they told me that, for example, the concierge support you can access via the support tab in your business account. They cannot reach the internal team and directly right now. They cannot request a review in your name. So they kind of shifted things around Facebook and they made it harder because why not? And right now, their algorithm is flawed, obviously. When it comes to reviewing and stuff. So if you have pages banned, if you have ad accounts banned, just go in the support inbox, just spam them around, because probably it's the only way to solve it right now. And be patient, because this will solve over time. I expect the turnaround to be like mid-January, probably February, when we will see like all the accounts unbanned, everything will be fine, and whatever. But in the meantime, this is what I do. So I have my main business manager, right, with my main ad accounts inside it, with my main pages inside it. Okay, so everything is like, this is like main account, a main business manager, main accounts, main pages, main everything. Then I have created this second business manager. Actually, I have two second business managers, but you can have one, and that's fine. So I have created this second business manager, which owns totally separate ad accounts, obviously. So I did not share anything in between those. And I have created separate pages. So I'll just give you an example. One of the pages is called Clothes Lady, which I own. And on this second business manager, second everything, I have created something called Online Gym. It's a separate page. And I advertise from that page when the other one is banned, and vice versa if it's ever happening. It's good to have backups, especially if Facebook is your main traffic source. You shouldn't rely on Facebook as your only traffic source, but it's the case for a lot of people, and it's not fine, but it's like okay, at least for a start. But if you do that, just remember to create those backup plans in backup business managers, backup everything. So you limit downtime when it happens, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when for most advertisers, especially right now. Okay, cool. So please leave inside the comments below any questions you might have. I constantly read them, and I will make Q&As as long as, when enough questions are gathered, I'll make a Q&A. And also, please leave ideas for what you'd like to see. Would you like to see a ClickFunnels implementation? Would you like to see an integration inside ClickFunnels? Would you like to see a funnel hacking kind of thingy? Do you want to see how I create ads? Just leave topics inside below, because my goal here is to give you information for free on this channel that others make you pay for. So just leave in the comments below and I'll make videos around those. See you soon.